Hi everyone, it's me, Coffee Stitcher. A little later than normal on Sunday night. Sunday, that's what day this is. Um, got home a little bit later, and honestly, I don't have that much for updates today. I have a lot of things. I know I've been saying this for 2 weeks, and seriously, I have a lot of things that are going to be showing up tomorrow. So there will be a longer video next week. I also will hopefully have more updates. I kind of knew going in that there wasn't going to be a lot happening this week for me because of what I had stacked up from Thursday on. Um, I loved The Wiz. It was phenomenal. Um, so, yeah, my official review will be out in the Bomb Bugles next edition. I get to finish writing that and get that out tomorrow. Yay! Yeah. So, The Wiz was fantastic. If you didn't watch it, it's on Hulu. Go watch it. It's really, if you like musicals at all, or you like The Wizard of Oz, it is well worth your time. Um, or if you're a fan of Queen Latifah, or you like Orange is the New Black, because Crazy Eyes plays Glinda and is fabulous. Um, or if you like seeing brand new star power come out of nowhere at you, because that's what Dorothy was. Or someone you didn't know could act, really turning in a phenomenal acting performance, which was Neo. So, anyhow. I hope everyone had a good week. I did. Uh, as you know, start of the month means more work on Screamhouse, so I worked on that. I did a little bit more on Magical Creatures Border, and then I've got some new-ish of sorts. Not really newish, but it's a new thing that I started. Okay, so first off, I finished up my, or I didn't finish up, but I got half of it done. I have 6.5 blocks on the border done. I didn't center my border properly, which makes me a little sad because I really wanted more of the gold for the Phoenix, but it's okay. These things happen. There is still enough. There's 2 full inches on this side, so there is enough room for framing. So I could have gone another inch over. Um, but that's okay. So I got it done. There is a little bit of weirdness here, here, and then subsequently it will be here as well, because I've got to make sure it all mirrors. I don't know what went wrong. Everything else counts and lines up, but that section doesn't, and I couldn't figure out where or why. So as long as everything is parallel, I'm not making any changes. It's just gonna have to be that way. So I'm still really loving the way it looks. The chart, hang on, I'll show you this because this is a little ridiculous. For those of you who are going to do it and haven't started, I highly recommend using the full chart to set up your border. Because there are some discrepancies if you go month by month. But this is how big it is. This is how big the printout is. All taped together, not totally evenly, but still. Yeah. Yeah, it's huge. I officially have to spread it out in the middle of the living room and sit on the floor to stitch. So, now I'll be able to do the others individually on single sheets, and that'll be great. But, for now, that's what I've got. So that's where I am on Magical Creatures. That's my primary focus piece for the week. Once I finish that, I will switch back over probably to Patchwork Pin Keep. Because I'm really close to a finish on that, so I kind of would like to go ahead and finish that. Alright, so next is Screamhouse. I started it Tuesday night? Yeah, Tuesday night I started and did the outline for the floor piece, because I was looking at it and the way it's laid out, and I realized I at least should go ahead and do the outline for the floor piece, even if I don't end up stitching it, because I was going to do the 2 roof pieces. Then at least that would be done, but I could justify it being done early because of placement. Well, then I started in on the roof piece. I was way too tired. Then I did some miscounting. Then I did some more miscounting. And then, for shits and giggles, I did even more miscounting, and then I just started improvising, and it turned out okay. But I decided, you know what, versus trying to do another roof piece, I'm just going to go ahead and fill in, since everything in the, with the exception of the center part, everything else is straight lines. I can handle straight lines. And so I did the floor and this roof piece. The ghost is supposed to be a lot bigger, and not just his head coming out of the, it just, you know. Fortunately, this piece goes on the back side, which means it probably won't be seen terribly often. Nice thing about a three-dimensional piece, you can turn the side that doesn't look good away from everybody. And so I then did the interior piece. I really like the frog. And if I'd been thinking, I would have changed the boo to my initials and the date. Because I don't really know where to sign this thing. So, and I actually, what it was, because I knew I wasn't getting a lot of time, I took this to work and worked on it during my lunch break, because I get an hour for lunch, but because I usually go with someone, there's not as much time, and it takes me about 20 minutes to eat my lunch, because it's not like when I was at Starbucks and I was taking a lunch at 9 a.m. and I was having a cup of coffee and a donut. I mean, it's an actual sandwich, chips, drink, etc. So, and I had to use a hoop because officially I've decided that this piece just really, if you're doing one of these edge sections, it's just impossible. So I'll use probably, I need to see, I know they make rectangular hoops, which wouldn't make it a hoop, but whatever. I'm going to see if I can find one, so that way when I get in on the Peoria Purple, which next month for sure I'm going to finish out this roof piece, and I'm going to do probably the floor piece because on the purple, because it's the smallest. But see if I can find maybe a rectangular hoop. I think that would be a good idea. So I need to pull my colors back out and resort that, but I'll probably do that tomorrow. Oh, good news, I did find the bobbins, thanks to Janet Cottrill, which if you posted on here when I was talking about my video, Janet, I'm sorry, it just apparently I forgot. Yarn Tree makes the bobbins that I like, so I ordered 10 packages because I'm insane. That, and they're 25 in a pack, so it gives me 250 bobbins. That should hold me for a while. So, yes. Which was actually more expensive than my LNS, because at my LNS, they were $1 for, I think, 25. So, it happens. Alright, so, this week, I'm going to take Paradise Lost, because all I lack, and I know it's a little difficult to see, but this side, the cloud is filled in. This side, it's not. And then I'll have a page finish. So, I think I'm going to take and work on that. And try and finish out the page during my lunch break. And then hiccups. Then I don't know what I'll do. Because the lunch break thing, because I'm not really getting a lot of time, I don't want to take a super involved project. Like, Screamhouse is probably more involved than I wanted to take, but I still took it. So, Paradise Lost is going to be what I take with me to work. I need to see, do I have a needle? Yes, I have a needle, so I just need to take the DMC that I need and transfer the scissors from the Screamhouse bag to this bag. So there we go. Like I said, I've got a Stitching Bits and Bobs. I should be getting Dragonfly Lotus. I should be getting Stitchy Box. I know she ran into some delays because of some of the stuff she was putting in at this time, didn't make it on time. So I should have that. That's kind of everything that's coming. Next week, I will have obviously this is December, so it's going to be Oz Christmas. There will be more interesting things probably coming in the next couple, but I just didn't have time tonight. I got in so late. So I pulled out a set of, well, It's very Christmassy. My set of Oz Nutcrackers. These were done, I want to say, at JCPenney 5 or 6 years ago. So here is the Tin Man, and his little heart says Oz. Oh, you can't really see it too well. This is, and his arms don't move. There you go. Oz. So here's the Tin Man, and he's got his little oil can. They all have something down in front of them. The Scarecrow, very friendly, has a pumpkin, and he's got a crow. And you can't really see where his mouth thing is because of his kerchief. And he's got little holly berries on his hat. The Lion, which I think may actually be a repurposed Mouse King from the actual Nutcracker. He's wearing a little cape, and he's got a little mouse and his little scepter, and he's like, "Roar, I'm a lion, roar." And then, last but not least, our favorite heroine from Kansas, Miss Dorothy, in her blue gingham, and she's got some, I kind of like the pink accent work. And she's got Toto in the basket, and she's wearing ruby slippers, which, yeah, they're silver in the book, and yeah, there are times where I really like silver. I want to do silver shoes and prefer silver shoes, but by and large, I really prefer the ruby slippers. Sorry, Mr. Mom. So yeah. So there you have it. My first round of Oz Christmas is my set of Nutcrackers. There will be a stocking and 2 different sets of ornaments. So I don't know which order they're going to come in. I could have grabbed the stocking too, because it's pretty easily accessible. So yeah. So I hope everyone's having a great week, and I will see you all next week.